coming right on the outside in fourth place at the moment, but can Reynolds Chariot chase down Timothy Chariot? It's going to be Coleman.
So coming up, we've got Doha Diamond League 1500. It's now Tuesday of that week, racing on Friday, and today we did 1k 200 off a minute and 3 minutes. Guys running through now. That's Archie, he's running, and Beth Kedger there. I think Archie's racing this weekend actually. What was I saying? Yeah, we went to K200 off a minute, 3 sets. Went 241, 240, 236 for the Ks, and then 27, 27, 26 for the 2s. It's nice and easy, really backed off. We normally do 5 sets of that at that same pace, but just getting the body moving, getting it ready for what's coming up. Exciting time, first 15 of the season, first Diamond League. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Here we go.
Feel on that one?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, worked in with Dan today. As he was doing 4s and I got 3, I had some 3s. Yeah, pretty notorious track for being very windy and it didn't disappoint us today, but yeah, it was a really good one to get through, as pretty much all of us leading to a race in the weekend. So yeah, good steps today.
Finally get paid for the get down. You can't tell me now about time. Do you know how many lines I done put down? Vibes I done sent out, but we ain't here to dig. I'll up the market till they come.
Well, the unthinkable's happened. A little exaggeration, but I'm flying today at 3 p.m. It's now 10 o'clock. I'm picking up a new passport because in summary, I went through my passport and it is completely full, and there's literally no stamps left. And because I'm going from Doha, Qatar, straight to Marrakesh and then potentially onto a few other races, I'm without the pages, I'm potentially gonna get turned away at passport control and I might not be able to get in. So rather than risk it, I just figured as a last minute decision to get a new passport. So early start, I'm tired and I'm a little bit squeaky bum time because you do need a visa to get into Doha. So there's no guarantee they're even gonna let me in with the new passport, because my old passport is attached to it. But again, if there's no pages left, I don't want to roll the dice. I don't want to get turned away. At least if it's a new passport, it's legitimate and it's valid. So it's the stress of my life and it's all self-inflicted.
Came out stepping, I can't be doing things regular for you. I want the magic.
Okay, so there we have it. Job number 1 is done. Let's have a look what we got in here. There we have it. We're in business. We gambled it a little bit. By the way, the passport office is in a beautiful location. Right on the river. But no, looks like we're going to Doha, providing they let us in with a visa. That's the next step. That is the next step. So we're not out of the woods just yet, but we're one step closer. Do you know, I have to say it, there's a major element of stupidity. I knew that my passport was running low and I just kept putting it to the back of my mind because there's so much more going on with all this excuse. But I should have got this sorted months ago, not the day of me flying. And it took until me racing the weekend just gone just to have another double check and then look at the rules of having like enough stamps and passports, etc. And I gambled massively. I shouldn't have done it, but I did. Hopefully I get into Doha and then we'll see. And also I completely forgot to charge my phone last night, so I'm running on 10%. I need to get home. I don't really know my way around London and it's true to bloody phone, so no charge. Fuck you now. Oh man, I'm a dad with 2 kids and I'm still doing this stupid I'm almost there. Almost 30, no excuses. Okay, so I'm cutting it super fine. I've got 3 hours to get to the airport. My phone's on 2%. Are we cutting it fine? Very fine.
Not impressed.
Say hello. Say hello. Alright, let's get moving. So I made it to the airport and we're just waiting now to board. Not too long of a wait, but what was all that stress about? So it's midnight now. We left the house at 7:30 this morning. Travelling for some time now. I'm not actually feeling too beat up. I am tired. We're in the airport now. Hopefully the journey to where we're going isn't too far and then we're there. So I'll give you a quick idea of what the room's like. So we're quite spoiled if I'm being honest. Massively spoiled. These are the rooms. As you can imagine, athlete mess, as you'd expect. But let's have a look. Okay, it's beautiful. It really is. Got a picture for review there. So went out for a shakeout this morning. Travel went well. Really good night's sleep actually. Really good night's sleep. Feel very well rested considering all the travel. No swelling on my Achilles. Normally my Achilles get so swollen, but they're really not bad. Like normally, honest, when I say like normally I have cankles, I have the fattest cankles, but the water retention wasn't too bad. Normally I can't wee for a few days, but I went for a wee. Like I think I got 5 times during the night to go for a wee, and I just kept weeing. don't know what it is, around flying I get a ton of water retention. But yeah, no, seems like I've managed to shift that quite quickly actually. It's quite nice. And considering I was in, I mean, economy's not exactly comfortable for 7 hours in a flight. And I had water retention straight after the flight, but it seems to have gone pretty quickly, which is almost unheard of. So no complaints. I mean, it's quite promising so far. It is a beautiful spot as well. But I'll go to the track later on now. So I'll go to the track and probably do 2 or 3 mile shakeout strides, 300 primary in like 39ish, and then come back, get some physio, and then get ready for tomorrow's race.
A few moments later.
Body felt a bit flat, but then again, I did fly 7 hours yesterday, and I left the house at what, 7 to go and get my passport. Didn't get here until what, 1 o'clock, in bed at 3 o'clock. So considering all that travel, I can't complain. I didn't feel awful. I am feeling a tiny bit nervous because like last week, I just don't know where my body's at. And when you don't know where your body's at, you don't know how you're going to perform. So I don't know what's going to happen. This one is going to be way more like a vloggy edit. Drop down there then. You can see this is going to be way more vloggy because I haven't got anybody holding the camera that can help me do this. However, I'm still going to try and commit to the 1 a week as and when I can. And I go to Marrakesh straight after this race tomorrow evening. So I'm going to race at like 8 p.m. Then my flight's at 1 p.m. or something around those times. And I go straight to Marrakesh. Then spend a week in Marrakesh and we go again the following week. I want to jump from race to race because I like being in that sort of trance of like monk life almost, I call it. You just sort of lock in and it works. But I'm not nervous, but I'm like apprehensive. I know that I just haven't been there yet, and I'm itching to get there. I want to get into that feeling again of just being in race mode. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited.
He hang on to the African contingent here. So the pace that's been asked for, pretty swift, in fact very swift. 151 through 800 metres. It's the older chariot just watching and allowing the pacemaker to come across. Brian Coleman of Kenya, again another who's burst onto the scene.
And everybody's staying in contact with his pace up at the front end. Akmash steps aside, doesn't make it to 800 metres.
The chariot is there. Nada coming right on the outside in 4th place at the moment, but can Reynolds Chariot chase down Timothy Chariot? It's going to be Coleman though. Coleman's just got enough here. It's going to be Brian Coleman who's just going to get the victory. It's not going to be as quick as they thought. 3:32.
So quick recap post run. How was that for you?
Yeah, it was decent. Yeah, it was a good opener to the season. I don't think all the gears are there yet. The fitness is there anyway. I was able to keep up in tough conditions. It was hot and windy, so I'm very happy. I think it was 7th, so it's all right. You know, it's a Diamond League, so it was good, but not fantastic work.
Thing is, when we're all operating at this level,
yeah,
there's 17 guys all with the same plan, so you can plan, but when you've all at that same level,
yeah,
we're all elite, we all train every day,
yeah,
we're all at the top of our game, so unless you're head and shoulders above,
yeah,
tactics adjust, especially with this time of year. Normally when it's like that, it rolls.
Yeah.
Today it didn't roll, so
yeah.
Just have to play with it. As a recap, I think it's a tactical lesson for all of us.
Yeah.
And I think from here on onwards, you'll see a lot quicker races to go.
Yeah. Like the thing is, this early in the season, do you expect to run fast?
Yeah, that's it.
Like,
so
if you're firing all cylinders now, usually,
yeah,
I suppose it's an issue because where do you go from there?
It's early on. It is early doors. Yes, as races go, it was a half decent opener. It didn't feel like a race, which is the nicest bit. Still felt like I had tons left, even with 100 to go. Just didn't have enough track left, so no, we'll take it. We'll take it for now. And just like that, we are through. Wait, what time is it? It's just coming up to midnight now, and we are on our way to the airport because we're flying tonight. We've just raced. We're on our way to Marrakesh now, so we're just gonna do it overnight. But yeah, the travel comes fast and it can be intense, but this should be an easy one, I hope. We'll see how it goes. All right, so we're gonna watch a recap of the race, Doha Diamond League. And give you my thoughts sort of behind the scenes, what I was thinking, what I was feeling throughout the race. Just to give you an idea of what I was sort of going through, what was going through my mind. You'll see here that I'm sort of slapping my face. I kind of do that to get me sort of like, almost to get me like pumped. I kind of do it because I lack nerves sometimes, and I kind of want to get myself up for it, and that kind of gets like the adrenaline moving. But I find like it gets me ready and also just sort of brings blood to the surface. Just wanted to note also that it was crazy windy. So the pace was set at like 151. Realistically, I don't think anybody expected to run anywhere near that through 800. It was just a little bit too windy. I think we all agreed kind of that like to try and run a 151 in that wind, whoever's going to be at the front is going to be stuck in traffic. So As you'll see now, you'll see what happens. The Kenyans kind of ran a really good tactical masterclass. They kind of commanded it from the front and it pushed the Europeans towards the back, but that's kind of the way it just works. If you try and get ahead of them and you're not running quick, you can be damn sure they're going to be whipping back around you, because they like to command the race from the front, unless you're a front runner, like some of the main guys in Europe now, and they can command it from the front. But my first race, I'm not that guy. And here we go. See that? The thing is with the 800, I struggle to get out fast. With the 15, I always find myself at the front, so I kind of have to hold back. So I'm like polar opposites. I'm too slow at the start for the 8, but too quick for the 15. But with this, I purposely wanted to put myself like towards the back of the main pack, only to shout it from wind if anything. When you watch the race back, like, it felt so tactical. I kind of locked on the person ahead of me and I tried to do as little as possible. And that ended up being Nadir. I kind of wanted to be directly behind sort of the front three, but I didn't find myself there. But I just thought, I'm not going to panic, because I saw people like Chariot in front of me, the younger Chariot, that is, the 19-year-old or 20-year-old, who I know makes a move when it counts. So I knew I could just track him, so I didn't panic. You'll see Adal Machal come around me now, and I didn't really want him there because I know that he's a little bit more scrappy and doesn't normally finish super strong, but he's a very strong runner as a whole, but doesn't necessarily close super strong. I was a bit juddery about him being there, and there was a few like arms pushed out because I had a feeling he was going to try and cut in on me, but luckily Nadir wasn't sucked on the person ahead of him, so I could kind of hold my position. But you'll see now he does actually cut ahead of me. But in truth, there's nothing I could do about that. He kind of got ahead. I let him have his space, and then I just thought about allowing myself to come back out. But we're sort of 2 laps in now. We were way off the pace, and you know it was windy because even the pace is struggling to go with the pace here. So the pacer was behind the 151 asking pace and still dropped out early. Akbash can always do a K if he wants to, but to drop out at 750 kind of indicates how the conditions were. This back straight is where it bunches up each time. Yeah, you can see I'm looking at the clock here now, thinking there's about 600 meters to go. It's got to start picking up soon. So I was kind of trying to put myself in a position so that if I had to cover anything, I could, but it didn't pick up. And about now, with 500 to go, I'm thinking, right, we're gonna have to start moving now. And I actually find myself getting boxed in again. Whereas here, I should have stepped out. I should have stepped out here, because there was, but then if you look, if I stepped out, you can see how it's getting a bit messy with Coleman. I end up taking the inside line, but I probably should have gone where, I think his name's Tefera. That's where I should have been, because it would have given me a position to strike. However, I am still running the shortest line, and remember, 7 meters a lap in lane 2. So if you're in lane 1 to lane 2, there's 7 meter difference. That's huge in a race. So if you look where Coleman is now, who actually wins, he's running a wider bend. So he's gonna have to accelerate down that back straight. And at this point, I'm thinking in my head, shit, I'm boxed in, but I'm boxed in because it's my own fault. Like, I'm boxed in here because I put myself there. Can't blame anyone else. Everyone's coming around me and I'm thinking, damn, I need to pick up. And I want to pick up at this point. And I'm at this point thinking, right, I'm still jogging. I should be hurting right now. It's not hurting. And then I watch the guys ahead and thinking, damn, like, I can't do anything about this. The guys sort of make their run. I'm kind of mildly panicking, but I'm trying to hold it in. And then I try and put the power down now. But as you can see, I finished super strong. Like, I do finish the fastest over the last 100, but I mean, look at the gap I gave him. I didn't stand a chance. Me and Nordas came through very quick, but we both ran really poor tactical races. Yeah, I mean, it's a frustrating one. You can see how that could have been so much quicker, but like Coleman ran a wider bend, so he ran actually further, but then he was in a place to strike, whereas I conserved energy, felt good, but I just couldn't strike because there was nothing there left. Yeah, watching this is quite frustrating. It is frustrating. But again, it's so easy to say, oh, I got boxed in. Nonsense. You don't ever get boxed in. You put yourself in a position, and that position means that then other people, because remember, there's a ton of people in that race, we're all operating at the highest level. If we then put ourselves in a position where we get boxed in, it's because we've put ourselves there for then another elite athlete that will come and put you in that position and box you in. But I think it just means that I need to be in a deficit earlier, because at no point in that race did I think I'm struggling or I need to lock in. I was just kind of present the whole time and then finished, and I wasn't like hands on knees feeling beat up or anything. It was kind of, yeah, it's frustrating. First race of the season, or 3:33, it's not the end of the world. If I ran 3:33 and felt awful, I think I would have been a little bit nervous, but because I ran 3:33 and I knew there was a ton left, it's kind of left me thinking like, yeah, I want more now and I need to take a few more risks. And I'm fortunate to have the opportunity next week in Marrakesh, and I'm spending a week in Marrakesh now. But overall, look, I came 5th in a race, and talk is so cheap, isn't it? Talk's cheap, man. Talk means nothing. I need to do better for the next one now. I know what I need to do. I know what I could have done in that one. That was a missed opportunity. And it was a missed opportunity because it was my first race, and that was an element of me. Because I've upped my mileage, I was nervous. I was very, very nervous. And because I was nervous, I didn't strike when I had the opportunity. So I can't really blame anyone but myself there. So yeah, let's do it, man. We know what we need to do. We just need to go and do it now.